ஹலோ வணக்கம். வெல்கம் டு டோக்கியோ தமிழ் டிவி. ஸ்டார் டாக் வித் டோக்கியோ தமிழச்சி நிகழ்ச்சி மூலமா உங்க எல்லாரையும் சந்திக்கிறதுல ரொம்பவே சந்தோஷம். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பார்க்க போற செலிபிரிட்டி கெஸ்ட் யாரு? ஹி இஸ் அ மல்டி ஃபேசட்டட் பர்சனாலிட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். அவர் ஒரு ஆக்டர், நடிகர், எழுத்தாளர், இயக்குனர், ஸ்கிரிப்ட் ரைட்டர், ஆஸ் ஐ செட், ஆட் ஃபிலிம் மேக்கர். அது மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயங்கள் அவரை பத்தி நம்ம சொல்லிட்டே போலாம். And his subtlety as an actor and director is his forte. And இவரை பத்தி நான் ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ், நியூஸ் பேப்பர் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் எல்லாம் படிக்கும்போது ரெண்டு விஷயம் ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா நிறைய ஆர்டிக்கல்ல மென்ஷன் பண்ணினது. He is an extremely intelligent person, and secondly, he is devastatingly humorous. ஹியூமர் அண்ட் காமெடி அப்படிங்கறது அவருக்கு ரொம்பவே ஒரு பிடிச்ச விஷயம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு தகவலும் எங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சது. வெல், he was a rock star in the 80s அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். ரொம்ப ஒரு அன்கன்வென்ஷனலான ஒரு சில விஷயங்கள், லைக் ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங் சென்ஸ், லைக் மலையாளம் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியா இருக்கட்டும், தமிழ் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியா இருக்கட்டும், செட்ல வந்து he used to walk in his jeans. அண்ட் ஆங்கிலம், இங்கிலீஷ் வந்து அவருக்கு ரொம்ப ஒரு சரளமா வர நேச்சுரலா வந்த ஒரு லாங்குவேஜ். ஸோ he used to keep talking in English செட்ல எல்லாம். ஸோ அதனால எல்லாருமே அவரை வந்து he was commonly called as a young hippie of the 80s. ஓகே, யார் அந்த யங் ஹிப்பி ஆஃப் தி 80s அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம பார்த்துடலாமா? வெரி வெரி ஹாப்பி அண்ட் ஆனர்ட் டு மீட் த வெட்டரன் ஆக்டர் டைரக்டர் திரு பிரதாப் போத்தன் அவர்கள் இன் அவர் ஸ்டார் டாக் வித் டோக்கியோ தமிழச்சி. ஸோ பிரதாப் போத்தன் அவர்கள் அழைக்கலாமா?
Hello, thank you for your kind words.
How are you, sir? Good evening. இப்போ இந்தியால it's evening time. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. So far, so good. With COVID around, I'm just okay. We are all lucky that we are alive.
Correct. I know. So lot of things, lifestyle has changed a lot, Ilya, because of COVID nala. Right. So as I gave a very, introduction la sonna madri multi faceted personality da sir neenga actor nu solradha, director nu solradha, producer nu solradha. So lot of things. What would you like to be called? உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சது என்ன? இப்படி கூப்பிட்டா எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும் அப்படின்னா எதை சொல்லுவீங்க சார்?
No, I'd rather be called Pratap. That's it.
ரொம்ப ஹம்பிளா சொல்றீங்க. பட் உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சது என்ன சார்? இவ்வளவு நீங்க எவ்வளவு பண்ணினதுல உங்களுக்கு ரொம்பவே பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயம்னா என்ன சொல்வீங்க சினிமா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில?
I like everything about the cinema industry. எல்லாம் எனக்கு பிடிக்கும். எனக்கு acting is such a lovely job. No, I don't think that ஒரு ஜாப் இருக்கும் இந்த உலகத்துல as good as acting, because they pay you a lot of money. They give you your clothes, they give you your dialogues. You don't have to do anything really other than put out your best and talent. Put out your best talent there.
Right.
So acting has a little less responsibility when compared to direction.
Okay.
But direction I love. I love direction too. I like writing too, and most of them, I don't choose, but I'm glad I'm in films. So it gives me a chance to do plenty of things. Cinema na ella, arts and craft, is a part of cinema. Whether it's physics or whether it's chemistry or whether it is anything, you name it, Now the latest, even algorithms, everything is a part of cinema. Acting, story, everything is cinema encompasses a whole universe. So it's a beautiful place to be in. I'm glad that I'm in cinema.
Oh, that's very nice. Right. Sir, as உங்களை இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி யூ பிரேக் த ரூல் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ரொம்ப ஒரு அன்கன்வென்ஷனலான ஒரு விஷயங்கள் நீங்க அந்த 80sலயே, லைக் உங்கள் ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங் சென்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், உங்களோட இங்கிலீஷ் ஸ்பீக்கிங் ஸ்கில்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், அதெல்லாம் how did, of course, people called you as young hippie. How did you take it? How was it, sir? அந்த டைட்டில் அந்த மாதிரி உங்களை இது பண்ணும்போது?
Hippies at that time, we came at a time when we were breaking through. Everything had changed, and we were not following the rules, conventional rules in the number follow.
Okay.
When it came down to dressing, long hair, all these things are apporu periya idar. I remember people making fun of you, Niana Penna, when you grow your hair. That much amount of restriction was there, but it was a beautiful time because the music was changing, everything was changing. And people were becoming more free, and the concept of being, the morals, the conventional morals were thrown out, and it was a beautiful time of life. As far as என்னோட இங்கிலீஷ் ஸ்பீக்கிங், நான் 5 வயசுல இருந்து லாரன்ஸ் ஸ்கூல்ல அப்படியே ஊட்டியில படிச்சேன். 5 வயசுல.
Okay. Wow.
கிரிமினல் ஆக்ட் டு புட் எனிஒன் ஸ்கூல். ஸோ அங்க பேசுறது இங்கிலீஷ் தான், வேற ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. வி met our parents 3 months a year.
Wow.
Orphanage மாதிரி இருந்தது. பட் குட் ஸ்கூல். அண்ட் so all my friends, we get more dependent on friends than family, because we learned from friends, we learned the rules in school and things like that. But my opening really came in college, Madras Christian College.
Madras Christian College, right?
That was the most beautiful experience for me. I was discovered there. They gave me enough respect. I went on stage there, and everything. It changed my life. It changed the way I thought. It changed. I actually became a hippie there.
Okay.
So
College.
we used to break the rules. We were unconventional. So it was a great time of my life.
Right.
And I was recognized like hell in Madras Christian College.
Right. So அப்பவே உங்களுக்கு ஸ்டேஜ் அப்படிங்கிறது was your passion அப்படியா அப்படின்னு சொல்வீங்களா? Like you love to
I
be
was
on
always,
stage.
always clowning around. I liked an audience. So எனக்கு எப்போ stage, when I got on stage first in Madras Christian College, even senior stage, I started enjoying it. I started really loving it. And இது அப்போ எல்லாம், when you pass out of college, especially if you're an art student, very few jobs were available. You could be a medical rep, you could be, even though my family, I could, my family business was not doing too well at that time. From a very rich man, I came down to a very ordinary guy. So there was really not many jobs. So now, okay, what kind of job will have creativity? Up advertising. I joined advertising in Bombay, and I became a copywriter. There I used to write advertising films. When I came back to Chennai and I was working in advertising, I was also doing stage plays. My brother was a producer, so it was very easy for me to get introduction to people.
Okay.
They treated me well. He was a producer, and he was a big producer. But I never came through him.
Okay.
But his influence was enough to, no one treated me badly. Like that, I made many friends. I made, because I used to read, I would be a vociferous reader. So now in the reading habits, I used to meet, I became friendly with Balu Mehta, and my love for films. நான் இப்போ நிறைய படங்கள் பார்ப்போம், in festivals and, the theater. Made me a friend of Bharathan and
Right.
Balu Mehta. And these two introduced me into cinema.
Right.
At that time, hero சொன்னா ஒரு வேற ஒரு concept.
Correct.
They picked me out. I had specs. I was thin like anything. And Bharathan's first picture, Aravam, everyone was laughing at me because they never thought that I would amount to anything. Aravam failed, but he made a picture again with me called Tagara, which became history. Even today, it's a cult film.
Right.
And that role got me a Filmfare Award. It got me recognized everywhere. And from then on, Balamendra immediately, halfway through that, he cast me in Ariyada Kodangal. So then, once it came out, people, I don't know, they thought I was a freak, and many people started approaching me, because I was totally different from the rest of the heroes. In Malayalam, they never recognized me, but in Tamil, I got maximum recognition.
That's right.
They loved me.
Right. Apparently, உங்களோட அந்த மலையாளம் மூவி தான் இங்க ஆவாரம் பூ அப்படின்னு it was done இல்லையா? Your first Malayalam movie was done as ஆவாரம்.
அது ஆவாரம் பூவா தமிழ்ல பரதன் உண்டி.
Yeah, Vineet used to act in that movie. நீங்க அந்த படம் பாத்தீங்களா? Did you watch that movie?
No, I didn't want to watch it.
Okay. Right. So உங்ககிட்ட ஒரு uniqueness இருக்கு இல்லையா? That's why all directors spotted you. In fact, you had worked with the best directors, Balachandar sir இருக்கட்டும், பாரதி ராஜா sir. So what is that? அவ உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லிருக்காங்களா? This is what attracted in you. இதுதான் எங்களுக்கு உங்ககிட்ட ரொம்ப பிடிச்சதுன்னு அவங்க எல்லாம் சொன்னது ஒரு என்னது சார் உங்கள்ட்ட அது?
Balu thought I was different. Balachandar had seen Ariyada Kolangal and Tagara,
Okay.
and he cast me in Varmendram Sir that time.
Correct.
He said that you are the right person for the role. Don't get frightened. I didn't know Tamil எனக்கு அவ்வளவு தெரியாது, தெலுங்கு சுத்தமா தெரியாது. But
Correct.
he made me speak that language. He made me dub for that film. That's what I have a great admiration for Balachandra. And
Right.
then Mahendran saw me. Mahendran wanted to cast me even before Tagada. He wanted to cast me. He had seen me in Hemnag office, and he said, "Why don't you?" And he was planning to do a film called "En the Oor and the Bus." So he said,
Oh,
"You're there in that film." He called me for Udripukam, but I couldn't make it. Uh,
okay.
I could make it in that Sundar's role. But he cast me again in Nanjate Gilade,
Right.
which is again
You know,
a tremendous picture for me.
true.
It made me.
Right. உங்க பர்சனாலிட்டில வாட் யூ திங்க் எல்லாருக்கும் பிடிச்சிருக்கும், டைரக்டர்ஸ்க்கு பிடிச்சிருக்கும்னு உங்களுக்கே பர்சனலா நீங்க சொல்லணும்னா ஒரு விஷயம் என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க
No,
சார்?
see, அப்போ எல்லாம் இந்த சோஷியல் மீடியா எல்லாம் கிடையாது.
கரெக்ட்.
We never knew what anyone was thinking of us. We never knew what the audience was thinking of us. Distributor and the theatre owners will tell us they think of you like this and all that. Then they are very selective about who's going to come up and either. And I'm not a very diplomatic person. If I don't like a thing, நான் சொல்லுவேன். That was not liked, basically. They thought it was aggressive. But anything that was not sensible, I used to look down upon. That made me, I would never dance and things like that. It was too much for me. Even fighting, that I didn't feel good doing it, so I never did it.
Right.
But if there was a social media at that time, then we would have found out what people thought about us. The audience thought about us, because the audience is the main thing. Here we are only hearing from distributors and theatre owners what we were, and we could never really judge who we are.
Right.
And we never took anything what people said seriously. And we never got carried away by it.
ரைட். ஸோ இப்போ நீங்க அந்த காலகட்டத்துல இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சோஷியல் நெட்வொர்க் சர்வீசஸ் இருந்திருந்ததா இன்னும் பெட்டரா இருந்திருக்கும்னு ஃபீல் பண்றீங்களா? டு யூ
So
திங்க்
that,
ignorance is bliss? அந்த டைம்ல எதுவுமே எனக்கு தெரியாது. ஸோ இட் வாஸ் வெரி ஹாப்பி டு பி பிரதாப் போத்தனா என்னால பண்ண முடிஞ்சது. இப்போ டு யூ திங்க் ஆல் தி சோஷியல் மீடியா அண்ட் திங்ஸ் ஆர் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஒரு மாதிரி இட்ஸ் டூ மச் ஆன் அஸ் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஃபீல்
no,
பண்றீங்களா?
I don't think. I think it's great fun. I think
Oh,
social
really?
media. I think any progress is great fun. You have
Okay.
to. I'm not orthodox. I don't think that it should be like the old times and all that. I feel that more we go forward, the more technological changes come. You must embrace it. Even in cinema, there's so much change. The
Right.
method of making a picture has changed, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, you had mentioned in one interview like the development of cinema is speed of light மாதிரி improve ஆயிருக்கு
Yeah,
அப்படின்னு சொல்லி.
yeah, it is the fastest, in any industry.
Okay. Right. So going back to your college days, sir, Madras Christian College, you're a BA economics student,
Yeah,
இல்லையா?
yeah.
And stage plays வந்துட்டு like உங்களோட of course articles படிக்கும்போது this bohemian experience chasing the wind that awakened you அப்படின்னு சொல்லி that was the one which actually உங்களுக்கு தியேட்டர் அண்ட் ஆர்ட் மேல இன்னுமே இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் வந்ததுக்கு one of the reasons அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலரான ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு போட்டிருந்தது. would you like to share about that?
Chasing the wind is just a metaphor.
Right.
But a bohemian is a person who's very, what you would call the correct word, correct meaning for it is, a bohemian is an upper class kind of a person,
Okay.
very, he's away from, the basic things. That
Correct.
I was, because I was brought up that way, So I was more bohemian, and though when we were in college, we used to be pseudo communists and all that, because that time we had, everything we were studying and learning, and our minds were very easily, this way and that way, because everything new we were trying. Anything that came out new, we tried.
Right. Any unforgettable experience in your college days, sir? Like college cut அடிச்சுட்டு ஒரு மூவி பார்க்கறதா இருக்கலாம், ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட எங்கேயாச்சும் ஒரு நைட் அவுட் போறது, அந்த
So
மாதிரி ஏதாவது?
I made my best friends in college, but experiences are so many in college. So many beautiful experiences happen there. Because you're number 16, I remember we joined college. So that was your teenage time. You're just growing into an adult. So there are plenty of things. Everything was new and beautiful at that time. And you had not a care. ஒரு care கூட கிடையாது. We hadn't gone out and faced the world as such. Everything was in that beautiful campus of Madras Christian College. So it was a beautiful time. That's all. I can't remember any personal things that changed me or made me or nothing like that. But it was a beautiful time of my life.
ரைட். உங்களோட ஃபேவரட் ஹேங்கிங் அவுட் ஸ்பாட்னா சென்னையில உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட எங்க சார் போவீங்க?
Not now, not anymore. Before
Not
I
yeah.
made my best friends there. I've got some very good friends, about four of them. One person passed away,
Oh,
but most of them they would be go to each other's houses. But there was no place that I used to hang out. When in the early days we used to hang out, and we never hung out anywhere. Seriously, I don't remember having that kind of a big group of friends.
ஓகே. ரைட். இப்ப சென்னையில பிடிச்ச இடம்னா எதை சொல்லுவீங்க சார்?
Oh, I love Chennai. Chennai is my hometown. I love Chennai. Every bit of Chennai I like it.
Right.
Chennai ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்.
Born and brought up in Kerala. I mean, you were raised
No,
in
I've been 5 years old,
5 years. Okay.
and then for 11, 12 years I was in Ooty.
Ooty.
Then I went to Bombay. Kerala, I spent very little time.
Okay.
Though I did a lot of movies there.
Right. So, நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி acting, I mean, you wanted to become a director, இல்லையா? So, director ஆகணும்னு தான் you actually came into the industry.
Yeah.
But
I became an actor, and I enjoyed acting. So I've done some great stuff. I was given great stuff. I got 2 Filmfare Awards.
right.
And one for direction also, for Rudubedam. I've been able to do the best, and I've worked with the best people.
That's right.
I've worked with Shivaji Ganeshan, I've worked with Mohanlal, Kamala Hassan. I've worked with everyone.
That's right.
And Rajini with a guest role in my film and a guest role in his film. I've worked with everyone, and I've met most of them, and I found it was great fun. It was a great time. Though I don't have very many friends in cinema as such, acquaintances, yes, but
Right.
otherwise it's been a beautiful experience.
பட் உங்களோட கேரக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாமே ரொம்ப ஒரு யூனிக்கான ஒரு கேரக்டர்ஸா இருந்திருக்கு. எல்லா படத்துலயுமே, எல்லா மூவிஸ்லயுமே. அது do you work, of course, கொஞ்சம் நம்ம homework பண்ணுவோம். Did it come naturally to you, like directors உங்களுக்கு அந்த கேரக்டர் explain பண்ணும்போது?
Tagara came naturally.
Okay.
Balachandra's Varman himself, he was very clear about the character. He knew what to get out from me.
Okay.
And he was very specific. Balamandra was very specific, and but most directors give me a chance to improvise. So it was improv on the spot.
Right.
And plus all the characters were totally different, Now say 2013, I was doing advertising films. I was away from films for a long time.
Right.
My last film which I directed was Shivaji Ganeshan Mohanlal Ori Yatra movie. Which went well. And then after that I didn't want to do. I was quite sick of this, so I started doing advertising films because another technology is advancing, and I have to find out what post production is all about. And lucky during those 10 days, I made films for NRF. Most of the ads were very nicely talked about. It gave me a knowledge of what to do in this. But in 2013 again, Malayalam called me for. Though I was getting the odd Tamil film, every year I'll get about 2-3 films. That I used to do whatever the film was. I used to just go and do it, just for the sake of being in touch. But Malayalam, it changed my life in 2010, I think 2011. I did a movie called 22 Female Caught Him as a rapist. That became a very big hit, and people started calling me. The next role I did was Ayalam Nyanam Tamil, which was a good doctor and a great soul, and it was totally different. They accepted me in both roles. And between these two, I won about 15, 16 awards.
Wow.
And then number of Malayalam films came through till I was overworking and the spotlight was too much and I got sick. I got
Oh,
physically sick.
right.
And when I recovered from that, I thought I'd take it easy. And now I'm doing a couple of films, but I'm really waiting to direct my own film.
That's nice.
Direct a film. So I'm working on that. Adukku
Right.
I'm taking my time because I'm not in the rat race. எனக்கு ஒன்றும் prove பண்றது இல்ல. But
Okay.
I just want to do a film because I love doing a film.
Right.
That I will do when I'm ready for it.
Great. And talking about your Malayalam movie, you said Mohanlal sir and Shivaji Ganeshan sir. அவரு
Yeah.
direct பண்ணும்போது Shivaji Ganeshan sir நடிகர் திலகம் இல்லையா? I mean, he is the
I-
epitome of acting. உங்களுக்கு அந்த pressure இருந்ததா? அவரை வந்து direct பண்ண போறோம். How did he react, sir? அந்த ஒரு how was
No, see,
that?
look, I have directed two films for their company, Shivaji
Right,
Films.
Shivaji films, right?
Vetrivila, My Dear
And My
Martha.
Dear Marthandam, right?
And I was a regular, I'm very friendly with Ram Kumar, his eldest son, and Prabhu. Both
Right.
of us, we are very friendly.
Okay.
And our good, they were in public school, so it was easy communicating. They were in Bishop Cotton, so it's
Yeah,
easy to
Bangalore.
communicate.
Right.
So the Anglicized, so okay. But Shivaji sir was always nice to me. On
Okay.
the set, he is the most beautiful actor you can have. He comes early, he does his job, and he will give you utmost respect, when you're working there. And he is a tremendous actor. When you put a close up, you know what an actor is. He's the myriad expressions he has on his face, his eyes, his look, everything. He's a natural. It just comes to it. It just overflows. It's a blessing of Saraswati, I think.
இல்ல? Right. And talking about Shivaji production movies like Vetri Veera as well as My Dear Marthandam. And நீங்க வந்து those movies வந்து ஒரு book, அதாவது born identity இல்லையா? வெற்றி
Yeah.
விழாங்கிற படம் வந்து you got inspired by the book called Born Identity. அதே மாதிரி My Dear Marthandam coming to America அதோட
Yeah,
ஒரு
the basic seed was, yeah, a king guy, Zamindar coming to a city. It was the same thing.
right.
But this had more, coming to America didn't have songs and,
Correct.
it was not followed the same way. There was a chariot in the end of My Dear Martha. In that, we never had it. They never had Gaundamani's character. It was the
Of course,
basic
yes.
thought was there. The
Correct.
basic thought was there, but it was, the only thing was a guy coming to the city. That was taken
That's right.
from him.
From that. So reading books அப்படிங்கிறது you're an voracious reader அப்படிங்கிறதையும் நம்ம கேள்விப்பட்டோம். So புக்ஸோட லைக் இப்போ ஹாரி பாட்டர்லாம் நாவல்லேருந்து வந்து பண்ண மூவிஸ் மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு ரைட் ஃப்ரம் தி பிகினிங் அந்த மாதிரி தான் எடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரியான ஒரு தாட் இருந்ததா when you were into
Yeah,
movies
there
or
are many books that I wanted to make into films, but that time you could make into films because they couldn't sue you for anything because no one knew what was going on.
correct.
See, born identity could only the seed will be there.
Right.
Because in Born Identity, there is no Prabhu's character. There are no 5 songs or 6 songs in the thing. It is totally different in the sense that thing. But we had our limitations of making, but it was a big picture. And it went on to become a grand success. Even today, it's a cult film.
Absolutely.
People love it and people respect that film. And
Right.
I wish I could have made it now. With all the facilities available now, it would have been a totally different film.
That's right. So, talking about songs in your movies, sir, of course, நம்ம 80sல வந்துட்டு மோகன் சாருக்கு ஆக்டர் மோகனுக்கு எப்படி எல்லா சாங்ஸும் ஹிட்டோ அதே மாதிரி பிரதாப் சார் வந்த பாட்டு எல்லாமே இளையராஜா சாரோட காம்பினேஷன்ல வந்த எல்லா சாங்ஸுமே சூப்பர் டூப்பர் ஹிட் இல்லையா? ஸோ வெற்றி
Yeah,
விழா வாட் எவர். ஸோ என் இனிய பொன் நிலாவேங்கிற பாட்டை பத்தி நம்ம பேசாம இருக்கவே முடியாது. த்ரூ
yeah,
ஓவர் ஜெனரேஷன்ஸ் ஈவன் நவ் ஒன்
yeah,
சாங்.
yeah.
Right. So music and yourself, how do you connect, sir? What do you think
I
about
love
that?
music. I love music. I've always
Okay.
loved music. And Ilayaraja and even now A.R. Rahman, everything. I just love music.
Right.
எனக்கு கிடைச்ச பாட்டுகள்லாம் I was lucky. Actually, it was a platinum disc, the first platinum disc
Right.
in Tamil Nadu.
Right.
That way, I've been very lucky. Whether it's My Dear Martha and or even Yatra Mori, where Ilayaraja gave me music, or even Daisy, a Malayalam film which I did.
Right.
Sham gave me music for that. Although very hit, and the music is still recognized in Kerala and people play it and people like it. That's a big thing. I love
உங்களுக்கு
it.
ரைட். உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச சாங் இது உங்க மூவிஸ்லயே அஃப்கோர்ஸ் என் இனிய பொன்னிலாவே இஸ் கண்டிப்பா உங்களோட ஃபேவரட்டா தான் இருக்கும். பிசைட்ஸ் தட் வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு பாட்டுன்னா உங்களுக்கு உங்க மூவில பிடிச்ச ஒரு பாட்டுன்னு எது சொல்லுவீங்க? இளையராஜா சாரோட மியூசிக்ல.
There's so much, so
So
many.
many. I know it's not fair to ask this, but
It's not
suddenly
fair to
டக்குனு
ask. I can't, because all the songs in My Dear Martha I loved. Every single song I loved.
ரைட்.
And in Yatramari, it gave me two great songs, three great songs. Ilayaraja.
ஏதாவது பர்ட்டிகுலர் ஜான்ர் ஆஃப் மியூசிக் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்னா என்ன ஜான்ரஸ் சொல்லுவீங்க?
No, I like all kinds of genre. Other than Chinese opera, I like every other genre.
ஜாப்பனீஸ் எங்காலாம் கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா? ஓகே.
No, I haven't heard it. I don't like this high soprano, you know, operatic music. It's not my taste, actually.
ஓகே. ரைட்.
But I like Western classical. I listen to Indian classical also. But Western classical, I love.
ஓகே. நைஸ்.
I
நம்ம
listen.
சவுத் இந்தியன் கிளாசிக்கல் மியூசிக் கேட்பீங்களா? இப்ப டிசம்பர்
I've
சீசன்
heard, but I'm not a great listener of it. But I've heard so much. I like it.
உங்களோட வாய்ஸ் கேட்கல சார்.
No, I've listened. Can you hear me now?
இப்ப கேக்குறது கொஞ்சம் லேக் இருக்கு. டாக்கிங்
Okay.
அபௌட் மியூசிஷியன்ஸ், கர்நாடிக் மியூசிஷியன்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு யார் பிடிக்கும்?
Oh, in the sense that I'm not very knowledgeable about their work and thing.
ஓகே.
But who I like Balamurali Krishna, M.S. Sulakshmi, all those.
ரைட்.
They were great people.
நைஸ். ரைட். கமிங் பேக் டு மூவிஸ், வெற்றி விழா பத்தி பேசும்போது கமல்ஹாசன் அவரை பத்தி பேசாம நம்ம இருக்கவே முடியாது. யூ போத் ஷேர் வெரி குட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப். லைக் நிறைய அவரோட மூவிஸ்ல நீங்க நிறைய நடிச்சிருக்கீங்க. உங்களோட டெய்ஸி படத்துல ஹி டிட் அ கேமியோ இல்லையா?
Yeah,
அண்ட் வெற்றி விழால ஹி வாஸ் அ ஹீரோ. அஃப்கோர்ஸ் வறுமை
yeah,
நீரம் சிவப்பு அதுல எல்லாம்.
yeah.
Like both of you had something in common. Like he also wanted to direct. I mean, yeah, though child artist அவர் introduce ஆயிருந்தாலும், I think his passion was to be a director, and உங்களோடதும் அதேதான். So how?
See, look, he was in films from when he was 5 years old.
That's right. True.
Films is the only thing that surrounded him. So naturally, his growth is tremendous, and his
Correct.
what the common thing between us is we used to read this. We used to read a lot, so we should discuss books, we discuss films, and he has a great sense of humor. So
Yeah.
we're always laughing. And it was a great experience doing, because I was a fan of his, and I'm still a fan of his. I like him.
Right. நீங்க அவரை வச்சு டைரக்ட் பண்ணும்போது அவரோட இன்டர்ஃபியரன்ஸ் இருந்திருக்கா சார்? ஸ்கிரிப்ட்லயா இருக்கட்டும், டைரக்ஷன்லயா இருக்கும். பிகாஸ் ஹி இஸ் வெரி நாலேஜ்.
No,
நீங்க
he doesn't
என்சைக்ளோபீடியா.
no. It's wrong to say that he interferes. He doesn't. He never interferes. But if you're doing something shitty, if it's something not good, he'll tell you that. And he'll do it. He'll do it. But he'll tell you that this doesn't work for me. So he doesn't come and tell you, where to place the camera and all that. He doesn't. But he is sensible enough to know what you're doing, because his sense of cinema is very good.
கரெக்ட்.
So he knows whether you're doing it right or doing it wrong. That he knows. So he doesn't need to tell. அவருக்கு சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது.
ரைட். ரைட். அண்ட் வரும் எல்லா படத்துலயுமே உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஹீரோ, ஐ மீன் இருந்தாலும் ஒரு நெகட்டிவ் ரோல். இப்ப வறுமை நிறம் சிவப்புல வந்து யூ வர் சோ டெஸ்பரேட்லி யூ வாண்டட் டு அந்த அந்த எஸ்பெஷலி தீர்த்த கரையினிலே செண்பக தோட்டத்திலே அந்த இதெல்லாம் ரொம்பவே இன்னைக்கும் தோஸ் திங் உங்களையே அடிச்சுக்கிறது. சோ அந்த மாதிரியான கேரக்டர்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு வந்த போது ஹவு டிட் யூ டேக் இட் சார்? ஒரு மாதிரி எக்ஸென்ட்ரிக்கான ஒரு கேரக்டர்ஸ் இல்லையா நிறைய நீங்க பண்ணிருக்கிறது.
Yeah, that was my forte.
That's
The
right.
thing is, I can look like a rapist and I look innocent too. These are because of the facial physiognomy of my face, and that I was very lucky to have that. I can play anything on that arc.
Right.
The only thing probably I can't do is great heroism and dashing up 10 people. No, I can't do that. I mean, I find it odd.
Right. So, நம்ம இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி you're extremely intelligent. That is definitely there. உங்களோட ரோல்ஸ், உங்களோட டைரக்ஷன்ஸ், உங்களோட ரைட்டிங் ஸ்கில்ஸ் அதுல எல்லாமே தெரியுது. காமெடி, ஹியூமர் அப்படிங்கிறதும் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்பவே ஒரு பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயம் அப்படிங்கிறதும் நான் நிறைய இதுல படிச்சேன் ஆர்டிக்கல் எல்லாம். Apparently you want to direct இப்போ நீங்க டைரக்ட் பண்ணா you want to do a out and out comedy movie அப்படிங்கிறதையும் கேள்விப்பட்டேன்.
No, not comedy in the sense that I am more into that magic realism area, you know, which absurdity and the fun of seeing things in a different light. You know.
Okay.
But I love laughing. I just love laughing. If
Okay.
I see a movie which I can laugh at, it makes me feel good for a long, long time. I love laughing. I think laughter is the most beautiful thing God has given mankind. You know, if we couldn't laugh, then we would be nobody. You know. There's hardly any fun to life. You know. Laughter is something that I genuinely love. And the humor is something that really keeps me alive. You know. I'm able to see even my own falls, and I'm able to see the humor in that. You know, adunale I survive. You know. I'm able to laugh at myself, so I'm able to survive. If I took myself seriously, then I would be nowhere.
Right. And so humor, comedian அப்படின்னு பேசினா நம்ம கவுண்டமணி சார் பத்தியும் we have to talk. Lucky man. I mean, of course, My Dear Marthandamல கவுண்டமணி சாரோட காமெடிலாம் வந்து
Yeah, he's very good at that.
and you share a very good friendship and bonding with him.
Yeah. He is a very nice man. I could get along very well with him. As I said, he is very funny, you know. So when I just love laughing. So it was great fun. We could have made Lucky Man into a better film, much better film. But the producer was insistent that I copy that Telugu film. You
Telugu
know.
movie. Yeah.
That was a big pain for me. He would not allow me to shift, make it different. You know.
Right. இப்போ கவுண்டமணி சார் பத்தி சொன்ன மாதிரி சினிமா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில யூ ஹேவ் வெரி குட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் லைக் லாங் டேர்ம் லைக் அசோக் குமார் அப்படிங்கிற அண்ட் டைரக்டர் விசு சார் விசு ஆக்டர் அவருக்கு பத்தி உங்களுக்கு லைக் இஃப் யூ வுட் லைக் டு ஷேர் a few பிகாஸ் அவரோட மூவிஸ்ல பெண்மணி அவள் கண்மணிலலாம் நீங்க அவர் உங்களோட அப்பாவா ஆக்ட் பண்ற அந்த
Vishnu, you know, he always casts me when he finds that I'm right for the role. So we are very friendly at the. But in cinema, the most friendly person I've been with, and he still remains a close friend, is Rajeshwar.
ஓகே
Rajeshwar and me have worked with most films, and we tend to be on the same wavelength on everything. You know, our humor is the same, love for movies is the same, our love for books is the same. So he is one guy whom I've worked with consistently, and we've produced so many hits together. You know, so it was great fun working with him, and I'll always work with him. I'll always take his opinion about what I'm doing because I value that.
ஓகே நைஸ் அண்ட் உங்களோட ஆன் ஸ்கிரீன் பெஸ்ட் பேர் அப்படின்னா யார் சார் சொல்லுவீங்க எனக்கு நிறைய பேர் அது ஷோபா ஐ மீன் ஷோபா ஆக்ட்ரஸ் ஷோபா ராதிகா மேடம் இருந்திருக்காங்க சுஹாசினி
I enjoyed working with Shobha. I enjoyed working with Suhasini, and I enjoyed working with Radhika. Radhika is a tremendous talent. Hasini is a tremendous talent. Shobha is also a tremendous talent. These three were great fun to work with.
உங்களுக்கு உங்களோட பெஸ்ட் ஆன் ஸ்கிரீன் பேர்னா யாராவது ஒருத்தர் சொல்லணும்னா யாரு சார் சொல்லுவீங்க
No, I don't know. How would I know? How would I? But Radhika and me, I had a closer relationship, so she would probably be
இந்த
the person I enjoyed the most working with. You know, because she also has a tremendous sense of humor, so we would laugh at the same things, and you know, that's the most important thing for me. If you don't have a sense of humor, it's very difficult for me to get along well with.
கரெக்ட் ட்ரூ அண்ட் இப்போ கம்மிங் ஐ மீன் பொன்மகள் வந்தாள் ஆகட்டும் இப்போ நிறைய மூவிஸ்ல நீங்க ரீசெண்டா இப்போ இப்போ ரீசெண்ட் மூவிஸ்ல நிறைய நடிச்சிருக்கீங்க இல்லையா ஸோ யோர் லைக் சிவகார்த்திகேயனோட இருக்கட்டும் ஜோதிகாவோட நயன்தாராவோட இவங்களோட தான் நடிக்கும்போது could you please share some experiences acting with him அவங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது ஆக்டிங் டிப்ஸ் இல்ல அட்வைஸ் அந்த மாதிரி
I mind my own business. I'm with my iPad there looking at things, and you know, I never, you know, I don't, I'm not a, you know, a guy who's an extroverted kind of guy. I'm more introverted, and I don't need, I don't go out of my way to.
Okay.
If I'm there sitting on the corner and then they call me for a shot, I'll do it and then go. That's it.
Your answers are very straightforward and very nice, sir. I'm really loving it. I'm loving talking. I really like talking to you, ரொம்ப நல்லா
Thank you
இருக்கு.
so much.
Right. According to you, success அப்படிங்கிறது what? How do you define success?
Success, basically, some wise old man said, is if you can, get up in the morning, do what you love doing, and then sleep at night. That's success without any problem. Success is a very, I don't mention it by if you are having this much amount of money or this much amount of fame. That's not success at all. And that success is a very hollow success. It doesn't stay with you. What is
Oh,
successful is being kind and being nice and being able to laugh and
human,
being,
best human-ஆ இருக்கணும்.
yeah, if you're more human, then you're a success. If you've been able to do something good for someone, if you're able to love the people around you, I think that is success. Cinema success, okay, it's a great thing. It gives you a high, and it makes you carried away also.
Mm, true,
Suddenly
true.
the spotlight is on you. Everyone think you slowly think that you're also a big guy, but then, well, it's a great leveler. It puts you on the ground and then tells you no. Cinema, yeah, successful being in cinema is not a big, not a. I don't kind of call that great success. I think success,
Mm,
for a scientist, if he makes a breakthrough, that is a success. But cinema, if it runs 25 days or 25, 1 year, my picture runs, so what? It ran, that's all. There's so many factors in cinema that make it run. It's not one person.
right, true, true. But இப்போ பேசுறது ஓகே. ஐ மீன் 80ஸ்ல நீங்க பேக் டு பேக் ஹிட்ஸ் குடுக்கும்போது, டிஃபரண்டான ரோல்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது கூட உங்களுக்கு அந்த யூ ஹேட் த சேம் ஃபீலிங் சார்? சக்சஸ் பத்தி இதே தான் உங்களோட
Yeah, because I never had a group of people around me. I had nothing. I was alone all the time.
ஓகே.
So it didn't make. I didn't even know I was a success. I didn't even know that I was so remote. I didn't know it. Okay. I hated the crowds coming. I'm more of a private person.
ஓகே.
I never encouraged that fan club. So I never had. I never knew anything about these fan clubs.
ரைட். அண்ட் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் நம்ம நெறைய மூவிஸ் உங்களோட அத பத்தி பேசினாலும், இப்போ இந்த கோவிட் டயத்துல தியேட்டர்ல போய் மூவிஸ் பார்க்கறது அப்படிங்கிறதெல்லாம் ஒரு இட்ஸ் நாட் பாசிபிள்னா அட்லீஸ்ட் இன் அதர் வேக்சினேஷன் அதெல்லாம் நெறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்கு. வாட் டு யூ திங்க் இந்த ஓடிடி பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல ரிலீஸ் பண்ற அத பத்தி வாட் இஸ் யுவர் ஒப்பீனியன் சார்?
See, the way we see cinema, the way everything it changes. Now we have been put at home and watching cinema, new cinema, great cinema from all over the world. You're able to see cinema. That was not possible by going to a theater. Going to a theater is an experience by itself. That I agree. There's no doubt about it. And especially for superstars and stars, they are dependent on that. The crowd going in and pulling in the. So here the success really, I can put in about 100 people into a theater and clap and jump up and scream, because when you're earning 40 crores, you can spend 10 crores on promotion. It means nothing. It means nothing. So I'm saying that the way we see cinema, see OTT platform or whatever we see in cinema now, all your television sets now, it won't be the same in 2025. It will be a new model. It will be new something. There'll be holographic images coming out. I can come there to your studio and you'll be sitting, I can see it 380 degrees, and sit there and talk to you. And that is possible even now. You see the holographic images, and probably it will change a lot. A lot will change. But we really don't know how, because we cannot predict it.
Correct.
No one can predict it. But we know technology is going to advance at the speed of light.
Right.
And up to 2025, we won't be doing the same kind of interview this way. There'll be probably we could never think of doing an interview like this 10 years ago.
Absolutely. True.
But now you're sitting in Tokyo, you're sitting in Japan, I'm sitting here in Chennai, and we are able to talk to each other in real time.
Right.
This will be advanced. So we can never really say, going to a theater. Going to a theater is an experience by itself, but that experience itself will change.
Okay.
There will be, I don't know, probably, we all say going to a theater is for the sound and for the big screen.
Right.
But now, how many wealthy people have big screens and, and fantastic sounds. And, they have a small theater in their own house.
True,
So,
true.
so I don't know how it's going to pan out. It
So,
depends. Television will become much, much cheaper. It will become everyone's buy. Once it reaches everyone, like the internet has. Well, time if this COVID happened before internet, we would all gone mad.
true, true.
We would all gone crazy.
Correct. So it's a welcoming change. அப்படிங்கிறீங்க.
Yeah, it is. It will change, and we'll get used to it.
Right.
See,
But
we are used to something. See, at one time, Kathakali was thought of the only entertainment. We were used to it, and people went to see it, and it was a big celebration. But as time passed by, it became, uh, a part of our culture. But no one really went to see it and things like that. Now again, when you see cinema, I can replicate you without you coming anywhere. You wear your thing and do your acting and go, and then I can fill you up. You don't have to go any place.
right.
I can act from home.
Correct.
With a
But
green screen, I can act from home.
ட்ரூ. பட் பெரிய
Without-
பெரிய இப்பல்லாம் பெரிய பட்ஜெட் இப்ப பாகுபலி மாதிரியான மூவிஸ் எல்லாம் தியேட்டர்ல போனாதான் அந்த எஃபெக்ட் கிடைக்கிறது. அவளும் ஐ மீன் ப்ரொடியூசர்ஸ், டைரக்டர்ஸ் தேவ் இன்வெஸ்டட் சோ மச் இல்லையா? crores and crores of
But that kind of you know income will probably come from another way. You never
okay.
know. Probably things will come. Will come. It won't be as costly as this.
Right.
There are so many methods of doing things. But I saw Bahubali only I didn't see it in the theater, but I saw it on my big screen here, my big television, and I enjoyed seeing it. So it's not that I missed the theater.
Okay. Right. Great, sir. It's almost 40 minutes past
Okay,
since we
yeah.
started talking. It was very nice talking to you. உங்களோட ஃபேவரட் ஆக்டர் இப்ப கரண்ட் ஜெனரேஷன்ல ஆக்டர் டைரக்டர் அப்படின்னா யார் சார் சொல்லுவீங்க? இப்போ மனசுல நிக்கிற ஒரு ஆக்டர், லைக் இவருக்கு ரொம்ப நாளா ஆக்ட் பண்றாங்க, ஆக்டர், ஆக்ட்ரஸ் அண்ட் டைரக்டர் இப்போ கரண்டா?
I like all of them, yeah. You say who you like the best.
You are being very diplomatic, sir.
Huh?
நீங்க ரொம்ப டிப்ளமேட்டிக்கா ஆன்சர்ஸ் பண்றீங்களோ?
I like all of them.
Oh, nice.
I like, people I worked with, I enjoyed everyone. Everyone, Bill Mohanlal acts well, Kamal Hassan acts well. Even the youngsters now are very good in what they do. The Hindi actors are very good.
Right.
You see the latest young generation of Hindi actors, Ramkumar Rao and Rajkumar Rao and all these guys, all the youngsters, they are very good, especially the Hindi movies. They're very, very good.
சார் உங்களோட வீடியோ ஃப்ரீஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு சார். உங்களோட இமேஜ் எங்களுக்கு கிளியரா தெரியல. ஃப்ரீஸ்
Okay,
ஆயிடுச்சு.
can you see it now?
Not really, sir.
Okay, I don't know what's
I can
happening.
hear you well, but I cannot freeze
Okay,
ஆயிடுச்சு
that's
உங்களோட.
I don't know. I'll just go off and come back.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay, now.
yeah, no, it's fine. It's perfect, sir. Yeah. உங்களோட future projects என்ன sir? What are you working on currently? What's your plan for the coming
I'm
year?
working on 2 scripts. Let's see how it comes out. I'm working on it. Let's
Okay.
see.
Great.
It's too early to say.
Okay.
2020, you don't do anything in 2020.
Right.
Bad year for everything.
நைஸ். இந்த ஒரு ஃபுல் இயரே அப்படியே ஒரு மாதிரி டிஃப்ரெண்டா நம்ம எதிர்பார்த்தது ஒண்ணு நடந்தது ஒண்ணு இல்லையா? So it's totally changed.
So
Anyway,
nothing is predictable. ஒன்றும்
right.
predict பண்ண முடியாது. என்ன எப்போ நடக்கும்னு யாருக்கும் தெரியாது.
Correct. Nice.
We just hope and pray that we'll be able to do a film. You never know.
Right. It was wonderful talking to you, sir. 45 minutes time ponade theriyala. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank
It
you.
was great. If you have to tell something to our viewers, sir, what is your
Nothing else.
Tokyo
God
Tamil
bless,
TV?
God bless, love each other. Have a great time. Life is short. Okay. Make every second, every moment matter.
Oh, that's very nice. Very sweet. Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Wishing you a
Thank
very happy new year, and we are looking forward to your movies
Okay.
direction.
Same to you. Same to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Nandri. Thank you. Vanakkam. Yes, so it was a wonderful interview. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி extremely intelligent. His answers were crisp and powerful. அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லணும். ரொம்பவே தெளிவா ஒரு கிளாரிட்டி ஆஃப் தாட் அவர்கிட்ட தெரிஞ்சது. அண்ட் சச் அ நைஸ் ஹியூமன் பீயிங் இல்ல. எல்லாருக்குமே அட்வைஸ்ன்னு இல்லாம பி கைண்ட், பி நைஸ் அப்படின்னு ரொம்ப அழகா சொன்னாரு. ஸோ வெரி நைஸ். இட் வாஸ் வெரி நைஸ் மீட்டிங் ஹிம் டுடே. ஸோ சொன்ன மாதிரி நிறைய கெஸ்ட் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க அடுத்தடுத்து. எங்களோட ஆங்கர்ஸ் ஆர் ஆல் ரெடி டு என்டர்டெயின் யூ வித் லவ்லி ஆக்டர்ஸ், பர்சனாலிட்டிஸ். ஸோ டோக்கியோ தமிழ் டிவியை பாருங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, லைக் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களோட ஆதரவை தொடர்ந்து எங்களோட சேனலுக்கு கொடுங்க. ஸோ இன்னொரு செலிபிரிட்டி டாக்கோட உங்களோட சந்திக்கிறேன். அது வரைக்கும் உங்களிடமிருந்து விடைபெறுவது ஜெயா. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.